from Los Angeles, following the Oscars last night. Riaz, good morning. We're live right now. What are your impressions, first of all, of the show last night? Kind of boring, getting a lot of mixed reviews here.
You know what? I was texting you during the show, and do me a favor, don't play the Jaws theme song if this segment goes heavy, okay? Yeah, it was kind of boring. You know, the thing with the Oscar Awards, Kyle, and you can chime in on this too, man. If you look at the Oscar Awards ceremony, it kind of fell in line of the Best Picture nominees in that it was longer than it needed to be, if you look at all of those films. I don't know any Oscar Awards I've ever seen that I thought, wow, that was so entertaining. That was a home run. Sure, it had its elements along the way, but all in all, it was a bit of a long show. But the musical theme totally won out. It looked like that's the way they wanted to go.
The set looks pretty cool. I agree on the music. I think that was kind of a weird for a lot of people. But my microphone's dying here. Can you hear me now, Riaz?
Your microphone's totally
there we go.
dying. Okay.
Something's never changed here, Riaz. Something's never changed. Okay, so what did you think about Argo's win and Michelle Obama making the big announcement?
We worked on the movie. Did anything with this movie? It gets thanked.
Okay, I'm just going to focus on Argo with this. Yeah, it's a nice twist when you have the First Lady doing the intro. But listen, I love the emotion that you get from an Oscar-winning speech, and I was waiting for that all night long. I so wanted Argo to win Best Picture so Ben Affleck could take the stage and talk about how important this film was for him. He said a lot of good things in that speech about not holding grudges in this business. When you get knocked down, you get back up. I mean, he made Gigli. That movie was a disaster, but he bounced back, you know, and we had the chance to talk to Ben Affleck in the junket for Argo, and he talked about how hard it is to make a movie based on real events and make everybody happy. He thanked Canada, and, you know, on the DVD for Argo, he talked about a lot of the backstory that you may not see in the actual movie being featured on that. So it was a great speech, and I love how he thanked his family at the end. Man, tears always help when you're giving an emotional Oscar-winning speech.
All right, let's move over and focus on Seth MacFarlane. Bit of an interesting choice here for the awards last night. I was kind of expecting a little bit more from him as the MC of the evening.
Oh, you didn't love it, huh? I was watching your tweets off the top. Listen, first-time Oscar host, I don't think he's going to want to come back, because what host do you have that does the show that says, yes, I can't wait to come back? We've seen the likes of Chris Rock, Jon Stewart, David Letterman. They've gone through the gauntlet. I mean, they tried to get the young audience with Franco and Hathaway 2 years ago. That didn't work. Billy Crystal last year with the traditional musical numbers. I thought Seth had his moments. He had some good one-liners. Did a musical about, what, breasts? And, hey, he had Tommy Lee Jones laughing in the first, 60 seconds. Pretty decent job. I don't think it was a home run. I don't think it's going to be something people rave about for years to come, but he did all right.
The Captain Kirk part was pretty good, too, with William Shatner off the top.
Yeah, Shatner was good. That was a good creative twist on how to play it. I almost think Shatner kind of overshadowed him in the beginning, and I'm always a big fan of less is more. I thought the bit kind of got drawn out a bit, but overall, I liked his creative flair. And, you know, he took some risks with his one-liners, and it's not really the audience where his comedy goes over. Seth is a genius. Leave him with the celebrity roast. That's what he does best, the Family Guy, and I love the fact the Ted humor. He brought the Bear and Wahlberg out there together to present an award. That was a fun bit.
All right, let's shift over now and talk about some of the musical performances last night. Adele, Jennifer Hudson, two of the big performances last night as well.
Hey, man, Kyle, we've seen Jennifer Hudson live in Vancouver together, man. She has got pipes, and I don't know about you, but I had goosebumps watching that performance, paying homage to Dreamgirls. Spectacular. And then with Adele, you knew she was going to bring it, and she did that and then some with her performance for the music in Skyfall. The thing I really appreciate about that performance is that the Bond franchise, 50 years, this thing has been, this character has been an iconic staple, never had a Best Picture nomination, so it was nice to see Adele represent the brand and win the Oscar for her work on Skyfall.
The one complaint I had, though, about the musical performances last night was they did this tribute to Chicago that I thought was kind of a random thing that was right in the middle of the Oscars, and they were cutting off people's acceptance speeches, and I kind of thought that, you know, give these people an extra couple of seconds and instead of bringing back Catherine Zeta-Jones. Do we need to see that?
I know. There was some awkward banter with some of the presenters. Some of it you think, are they ad-libbing? Is that the way they wanted it to go? But what are you going to do? I think the Chicago thing was back in the day. I'm with you on that, too. Keep it fresh, keep it current. But, hey, they take risks, and you say what you say about it.
All right, Riaz, briefly, coming up after 8 o'clock this morning, we're going to show some of the behind-the-scenes stuff. What was a cool, interesting thing about behind the scenes at the Oscars that you found really interesting? Okay. I guess Riaz is over. I guess it's done.
You're done.
We'll check in with Riaz before 8 o'clock.